friends, we are now at the drafting and editing part of our assignment for the greatest sport of all time. And so if you've seen my other videos, I have written down my paragraphs on paper that looks like this, so you can see me write it. But now that I put it all together onto one paper, this is my first draft. And what Mr. Hansen wanted you to do to edit your paper was to, in orange, circle all the ending marks that you have that marks the end of your sentences in orange, which is what I did. And that means you should be circling in blue all your uppercase letters that start your sentences, which is also what I did. And this is just to make sure that your sentences start with capitals and have an ending quotation mark. That is how we structure sentences. So he also wanted you to underline your opening topic sentence, or at least write it in red. I wrote it regularly and just underlined it in red just to show you that. And then also to discuss what you're talking about in your paper in green, which is what I did to underline it. Now I'm going to go through it actually in purple, go through some mistakes, because I do have a few mistakes in here as far as spelling goes, and also adding a few things that weren't there originally. So let's get to it. So I wrote, ballroom dancing is one of the lesser known sports in the world. So that is my opening topic sentence. It requires people to be athletic in front of judges. It's fun to dance, and it has a lot of rewards, which is why it's the greatest sport of all time. So that is what I'm talking about in my paper coming up. So now I go through and I say ballroom dancers require two people. Oh, so look, I have a spelling error. Instead of dancers, I wanted to put ballroom dancing. So I'm going to mark that with my purple pen and write it as dancing. So when I type it out later, I know that that's the word I'm supposed to write. So ballroom dancing requires, oh, need an S there. There we go. Two people to dance together as partners. They have to train like athletes and dedicate years of practice. Together they learn the steps to many different genres, such as waltz, cha-cha, tango, and swing. They master the steps and dance in front of judges to critique their performance. Okay, so that is something that I have added to my paper, and before that I didn't have it. I put a period there. I just said they master the steps and dance in front of judges, but I added to critique their performance. So that gives us a purpose to what the judges are doing and why they are there, because I want to give some more detail on that. They compete against, I have a spelling error right here. I wrote a G instead of an S, so that needs to be an S. They compete against other dancers for the chance to be the first place winner. Ballroom is fun to be a part of, especially dancing with friends. I enjoy dressing up in fancy costumes and dancing to my favorite music. Once I entered a competition that was Harry Potter themed. My partner and I danced a swing step, and we didn't stop smiling the whole time. It didn't matter that we didn't win because it was still a fun experience. I've changed this from my original writing. It was I didn't win, but I changed that to we because I was including me and my partner. We're both in this together as a team. So I want to make sure I'm writing the right words that associate with that. Okay. Competing has many rewards. Dancers get to enter competitions for cash prizes, and champions can be hired to perform at cool places. They travel all over the world and perform at places like Disneyland. People love to come and watch, and it feels good to have people compliment me for my talents. Okay, so my last part for my concluding sentence. Though many wouldn't consider ballroom dance a sport, it's the greatest of all time. Now, I caught something here. This word is actually not supposed to be uppercase. Uppercase letters are supposed to be for names, like official names of something, and for names of places or cities or proper names. So ballroom is actually not really a proper name. So if you were to use like a sport for like soccer or baseball, you don't need to uppercase those words. To continue on, dancers train like athletes and compete in fun competitions. They travel the world and are greatly recognized. If I could choose any sport, ballroom is my top choice. So there we have it. That is my first draft. So once I have all my corrections, I'm going to type it up, and it's going to be my final draft to be ready to submit as my final paper. So hopefully this helps, friends, in how you're supposed to be doing this. I do know that you are supposed to mark X's for your intro, for your body, and for your conclusion. Also, there's something else you need to do in pink for proper sentences, but I think we've covered kind of the basics of what we needed to do. So hopefully this works out. Until next time, happy writing. Bye, friends.